Thanks, Brandis. The city's official tourism organization has a new leader with a mission to attract more visitors to Chicago. This comes as COVID has kept tourism numbers down and as Chicago's Magnificent Mile faces a 25% vacancy rate. Last month, Mayor Lori Lightfoot named Lynn Osmond CEO of Choose Chicago. Osmond is the former head of the Chicago Architecture Center and the first woman to lead the city's tourism bureau. And joining us now with more is Lynn Osmond, CEO of Choose Chicago. Congratulations on the new position and thank you for joining us. Lynn Osmond, first off, give us a sense of the current hotel vacancy rates and the general rate of tourism in the city right now.
Well, I think let's look ahead. If we look at going ahead, we've actually got 176 meetings that are planned in the city for this year. That's going to be 1.7 million visitors and it'll be 1.2 million room rates. So we're seeing a ramping up of both the interest, meetings have been running at about a 65% rate when people have been coming in, which I think is great considering we're still coming out of the pandemic. So we're really think of it as crescendo, and we're really moving forward to a strong summer season.
When do you think those numbers might be back to pre-COVID levels?
I think all of us in the industry, I just finished a 2-day meeting with the U.S. Travel Association. I think everybody's thinking that's 24, 25, but we're seeing a really quick rebound in terms of leisure. And some of the weekend numbers at the hotels are really starting to match what we did in 2019 for this period. So we are seeing some recovery from the leisure traveler, and we're seeing some interest, a lot of interest actually from the business traveler.
We know COVID has been a big detractor, but how big a hindrance is this perception among some who may not be so familiar with the city that crime is out of control in Chicago and it might keep them from traveling here either for leisure or business?
I think every big city is struggling with this. I think that we've seen an increase with, crime is a factor of not having a lot of people on the street. And as we see the population start returning, businesses starting opening and coming back, we're also seeing a decrease in this in the urban areas. And so I think it's really important that we change the narrative, that we get back downtown and we support our businesses and get the Mag Mile busy again. And we're seeing, I was just on there at noon today, and there's a lot of people humming around getting ready for that the April holiday week of Easter.
So more foot traffic, more activity might repel some of that crime that's been happening. And you speak of the Mag Mile.
Absolutely.
There was that recent report that said that the vacancy rate along Michigan Avenue there is about 25%. How does the city go about filling those locations up again?
Well, I think Kimberly Bears and the Magnificent Mile Association are really looking at what's the next thing to fill those retail spots. And we have actually, there's a print show that's going to be a pop-up experience, and we're seeing a lot of pop-up galleries happening. So I think that, well, it's challenging. This is not going to get fixed right away. There are a number of interesting experiential retail concepts that are being talked about that we should see starting to happen in the future. When
you say pop-up locations, are you saying that like reimagining the Mag Mile might involve not making it 100% retail or restaurant, but things like galleries or museums?
Well, we're already seeing in the new Tribune Tower, we're seeing the new ice cream museum. I can't wait to go and see that and taste it. As I said, we've got the print show that follows the office experience. There's a couple of shops, such as this wonderful Mexican shop on the avenue that was a temporary for Christmas. That's actually done so much business that it's staying on in the longer term. So we're just seeing these new concepts being experimented with. Retail's not dead. People still want to go to stores, but maybe they don't want to go to the big box stores. And so we have to look at what that future is. We look at roastery. The roastery's always got lineups outside of it. So there are concepts that people are really supportive of.
You're talking about that Starbucks location there on Michigan Avenue, multi-story. And as long as Rainbow Cone is part of that ice cream museum, maybe I'll go visit it. So tell us about your vision to attract more tourism to Chicago and for the department Choose Chicago.
Well, I'm really excited about promoting now Choose Chicago because for so many years, for the last 25 years, I've been promoting the architecture of our wonderful city and really talking about what makes our city unique. And some of that uniqueness is really about our neighborhoods and those authentic experiences. And I think that one of the trends in travel we see are people wanting to experience and explore and get into the neighborhoods. Chicago has 77 neighborhoods that are so rich. How do we create those cultural experiences to get them not just downtown, but also extend their stay to go out to the neighborhoods in the city? As you know, we're just finishing Restaurant Week. That has been just a smashing success. We have to keep on increasing our server capacity to deal with all the people who wanted to book restaurants. And I can tell you, being out last night, they were a hopping on a Sunday night. So it's great to see that. So there's so many experiences that are unique in Chicago. When you think about other cities across this country, they're not the same. Orlando, Las Vegas, many people we say compete with them. Well, I don't think we do, because I think we have a unique big city experience that is just iconic. And so those are some of the things, and also to look at how do we continue to build the meeting business and really build back a strong Chicago.
Yeah, I agree. Las Vegas, Orlando, they don't have any kind of big city experience that comes close to Chicago, but the city does compete with those cities for the convention business. How important is getting the overall convention business back to where it was, and how might the new casino play into that?
Well, the convention business is critical. You know, when I was talking about the numbers that we had 1.2 million room nights that are going to happen this year, just from the meetings that are currently booked, you know, that's 1.87 billion effect on the local economy. So, and that only grows with the more business that we have. The casino, I think, will be an added attraction in the city. It is, I'm glad that now we've separated it from the actual convention, because one of our advantages against Las Vegas is that we don't distract people from the convention floor, that we keep them in the convention area doing what they're supposed to be doing, is learning and looking at products that support their industry. And I think the casino will really enhance our ability as a city to attract new business.
And I understand that Choose Chicago, its own staff has shrunk throughout the pandemic. What can you do with a smaller staff, and do you plan to grow the agency a little more?
Well, I'm glad to say that our money from the city and the state is stabilized for the next couple of years, so that allows us to look ahead. We're in the process of hiring a new executive vice president of sales, and we will continue to grow our staff, but I think we'll grow smartly. I think every business, including the Chicago Architecture Center, we all went through downsizing, and we're all growing in a different way coming back. So what are the positions that are key to driving our business, and how has the organization changed because of COVID? Choose Chicago has gone through a recent strategic planning process. I was glad that I was vice chair when we were going through that. So really spent a lot of time looking at what the opportunities are and how we build that.
Tourism so essential to the city's economy and just to the quality of life here. And our thanks to Lynn Osmond. Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.